God says go. So we go. That word go right there, it literally means go for yourself. In other words, do this for you. Go for yourself because something is going to happen in you. Whenever we were going to Austin, we had no clue, but we knew that God was going to do something along the way. So when God is saying follow him, he's saying go for yourself. God is going to do something in you. So for Abraham, this isn't just relocation. This is identity surgery. Right? Abraham, he's asked to leave his land. That's his security. He's asked to leave his relatives. That's his support system. He's asked to leave his father's house. That is his inheritance. He's asked to leave everything. In the ancient world, leaving your father's house meant losing legal protection and social status. That's the prodigal son in reverse. The prodigal son, he leaves, he loses everything, social status, everything. But he did it because of disobedience. He lost everything because of disobedience. Abraham was willing to leave everything because of his obedience to God. Can you imagine somebody who is willing to lose everything in order to follow God? If I have to follow God, if I have to lose everything just to follow God, then so be it. That was Abraham's type of faith in this moment. So when God says go for yourself, go for what's happening on the inside of you. What God is saying is the journey isn't about the journey is about who you're becoming, not just where you're going. It's about what is taking place on the inside of you. He is turning from Abram to Abraham. You are turning from lost to found, from dead to alive, from bad to good. There's a transformation that is taking place on the inside of you. Now check this out. This is what I want to tell everybody who's struggling with the process right now. How many people feel and know that God has a calling on your life? Right? You know there's a promise on your life, but there's also a process to get there. Right? There is the cocoon, right? You got to go through the process. This is what I want to tell you. The process is as important as the promise. Because without the process, you'll show up to your promise underprepared and underdeveloped. Can you imagine that you show up to the promise that God has for you and you're totally not ready for it? Because you bailed out on the process that was going to get you ready for what you've been praying for. It's the process that you go through that God uses to shape you and develop you into the person that you're becoming. So we can't just pray for the promise. You have to pray for strength for the process because there's nobody who can avoid the process. Let me show you what this looks like. Abraham Lincoln, we know him as a great president, right? We see the end result. We see him making the presidency. You heard that he had some hiccups and some things that happened before, but I had no idea that his life looked like a series of failures like this. In 1831, it says he failed in business. 1832, he lost his first election. 1833, failed in business again. 1835, the woman he loved died. 1836, he had a nervous breakdown. 1843, lost a congressional race. 1848, lost re-election. 1855, lost the Senate race. 1856, lost the vice presidential nomination. 1858, lost another Senate race. Over and over and over again, it looked like his life was not working. And just imagine what people were saying about him. You're not cut out for this. You say that you are, but you're not. Your whole life is a failure. Maybe this path, maybe it's not your calling. But what nobody could see was that every loss was shaping him. I want you to remember this. I wish I had a slide for it. I didn't make one. This is one of those most jaw-dropping, mic-drop moments if you catch it. Every setback was building something in him that success couldn't. Anybody who has been in life and has been through some failure and success will know that you learn so much more from your failures than you do your success. A string of success is not going to get you ready for life. It is a string of failures. It is a string of loss that creates resilience. How do you know to bounce back if you've never bounced back from something? How do you know what rock bottom is if you've never been on rock bottom unless you've been there time and time again and God pulls you out the pit, pulls you from the valley, pulls you out the bottom unless you've never been there before? But it was a series of what looked like failure that got him ready for the stage. Because at the age of 52 years old, he became president of the United States. And then he was ready for the pressure that was going to happen on the other side, the mantle on the other side. So I would say all the failures, all the hiccups, all the habits, all the things in life, maybe it's God allowing it to happen to get ready for what you've been praying all along. So a lot of times we say, God, make it easier. God, take away the storm. What we should be praying is, God, give me strength to endure. Because you have something for me in the middle of it all. Abraham, he leaves what's comfortable. Now he has to trust God with the outcome. Right? A lot of us, we're called into this. And so you leave what was comfortable, but now you have to trust God with the outcome.